Hi, it's Loretta. Welcome. So let's begin our practice today by sitting with our feet hips width apart. You can take that by taking your two fists and bringing them together like this and putting them down. Sometimes people think their hips are way out here. They're not. Be kind to yourself. Make realistic feet movements. Go ahead and do that. I'm going to believe that everybody believes their hips are bigger than they really are. I know I sure did. I'm going to take a couple of deep breaths here and I invite you to do the same. You can take them through your nose or out your mouth or out your nose, however begins to calm you down. And take a deep breath in. And as you inhale, inhale all of the energy that comes from around us. And exhale completely and let your body relax throughout it all. Bring yourself right here and let's take a few really good inhales and exhales before we begin our practice. At any time during this practice, you can just gently close your eyes and just listen and do the things you hear me say. I'll try to keep my cues as clear as I can. And anytime it's better for you to close your eyes, please do so because it invites you to come inward. So everything we're doing is an invitation for our body and our mind and our breath and our energy to work together. So let's do that by turning inward. So deep breath in and out. Two more really good deep breaths in. And on our next inhale, as we exhale, let's exhale to the sound of Om. So let's deep inhale. Thanks for coming today. Let's begin with our arms. Bring them up and bring them down. Let's take a few of these. These are actually sun salutation arms. And they begin to activate our chest and our heart and our shoulders. Let's take one more of this. One more, here we go. And bring them down. And now bring them all the way to the center. Put your hands in prayer position and come up. And out and down. Up and out and down. Let's take a few more. One more, last one. Come on, last one here. And let's say out and in. And out and in. And we're beginning to wake up our body and really notice how you breathe. Try to breathe with the motion and see if you can't do that throughout the practice. Whenever you can, catch yourself and notice, how am I breathing? Last one. And let's come on up to our shoulders. Let's begin with our hands down to our side. You know these. Our fingers pointed down. We're going to scrunch our neck and take our shoulders up and down and up and down. Take a few more. Take one more. And then take your wrists and we're going to turn our hands out and in. And go ahead and use your shoulders for that as well. Out and in. Start to feel your upper mid back start to release with this. At least that's where I'm feeling it. Just a looseness that's coming. Let's take one more of these. And then let's go into our shoulder rolls. I love these rolls. I know you do too. Feels good. One more. And stop in the back and let's go the other direction. There's one. Take a few. I like to take 5 or 6 of things. And let's take one more really good shoulder roll. And there we are. And let's move up to our neck. Let's try our infinity circles to begin with, which means taking your nose and drawing a figure 8 on its side, or the infinity circle. Here we go, to the side, to the front, around, like a race car track. Use your nose as the car. And begin to get a feel for how loose your neck feels. Do you hear clicking? Are you hearing any kind of noises when you're moving your head? I hope not, but sometimes we sure do. And come on back to the center and let's shake our head no. You can begin very gently and just shake your head no. You can get as rigorous as you want. It's a good feeling. Sometimes I just love just going no, 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 no. And just as much, I love coming back to the center and saying yes, yes, yes. Take it deeply. Notice how your neck fluctuates with each movement. And then the last one, come on back to center. And let's take our neck and let's take a deep breath in and turn our neck to the side with our breath. So deep breath in and look over your shoulder. And let your breath out. Take another deep breath in here and out. And come on back to the center and let's take the other direction. So take a really good deep breath in and exhale as you turn your head. And now you're over your shoulder. So take another really good deep inhale and exhale here and let your neck feel the relaxation the breath will bring it. And bring your neck back to center. How does your neck feel? Let's take a couple no's and we'll make them really gentle. Feels pretty good, but let's go ahead and take our yeses. Bring your finger under your chin, bring it all the way up, coax it up. And as you're coaxing your chin, straighten your spine. Take your shoulders back, open yourself up, wide open. Let your throat chakra be open, let your heart chakra be open, let your tummy, your abdominal, your pelvic floor, all the way down through your knees and your feet. Feel the openness that this pose will give you. Take 2 more deep breaths. And then bring your finger back and gently bring your chin all the way down to the sternum. Now, here's an important thing I learned the other day in a stretching book. Take your chin and bring it as far out as you can and bring it as far down as you can on your chest. And then relax your neck. And breathe. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And with each breath, feel the relaxation in your neck increase. One more deep breath. And bring your finger under your chin and bring it back up to the middle. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Next, what I'd like us to do is I'd like us to start opening. Well, I'd like us to start opening in a circular motion. So I'm pretty much following our routine, and then later I'm going to slip a couple of new things in on you. So let's just make sure we've got the basics down. We're turning to the side, touching our bodies, making sure we're in touch with ourselves, opening up the side panels, the front panels, the whole circular motion of the spine brings this into fluidity. And that's what we're looking for, is the fluidity of the turn. Take one more and drop your hand on your knee. Bring your other hand in back of you. Close your eyes gently. Make your head nice and loose. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths. And with each breath, we're going to turn in a circular motion towards the back of your body. So deep breath in and turn. Close your eyes, keep your head loose, deep breath in and turn. Don't pull yourself. See how easy it is to pull yourself? Try not to do that with your hand on your knee. Just gently flow with it. One more deep breath and turn. Come on back to the center and let's go to the other side. So hand on your knee, knees apart. See, that's what happens when you start pulling on your knees will collapse together. So that's another good indication that you're pulling yourself. This is a spinal twist. So let's make it truly that. So hand in back of you, close your eyes, take a deep breath in and twist. Take another deep breath. Let your neck be loose. One more really good solid breath and exhale. Now while you're there, shake your head a couple times now. Make sure your neck isn't straining. And then come on back to the center. And let's go ahead and take a cat-cow. And let's begin in the cat position. So cat position, dropping your chin, bringing your head in, your shoulders forward. You're basically coming and folding in on yourself. Then with the cow, you're bringing your chest up. Your chin comes with it, but your chest is the primary focus of this. And you come all the way up and back into the cat. And you expand up into the cow. Come all the way back. Take it back as far as you can. And bring yourself into alignment. Come on, drop it and bring it up. So we're compressing and expanding. One more really good cow and one really good cat. And come on back to center. And the thing we haven't done yet is let's take our side to side. And in order to get our body ready for that, let's bring our hands together and clasp them and bring them to the back of our neck and sit up nice and straight with our feet pointed forward, hips width apart again. And let's just do side crunches. So begin on either side and make sure you're not bending at the waist. Make sure that you're actually utilizing the side panel of your body to move this. It's not a bend, it's directly to the side, as low as you can go on the side, utilizing your side panels of your body to do this. And let's take 2 more on each side. So there's one. We don't have to do them really slow, but slow means I can show you easier. There's 2. Now, drop your hands, take one of them to the back of your chair, raise your other hand straight up, put it next to your ear, wiggle your fingers, and feel your stretch from the tip of your toe all the way up through your fingertips. And then know that that's how big you are. This is who you are. This is your energy. and we're going to move it and we're going to open it. So deep breath in and bend to the side, sorry. And let's take 3 really good breaths here with the exhales included. Keeping your chest open, your heart wide open, and your head tucked under your arm. And come on back up when you're ready. And let's do the other side. So hand comes behind, arm comes up. Realize your energy, feel it, really acknowledge it, and welcome it. And then take a deep breath in and fold to the side. Not fold, bend, stretch, elongate, keeping your heart open. Head under your armpit. Take 2 more deep breaths. 1 more. And then when you're ready, come on back up to the center. And let's move on. I'm kind of moving things a little quickly today because I want us to get to a part that I want us to do the wires on the chair today and take a lunge and all of that. But first, I would really want us to open up our legs a little bit more thoroughly. So those of you who can, lift your leg up. And all we're going to do here, we're going to support the foot and support the leg or the knee in any way that you can and start moving that hip. Open that socket really wide. I don't know about you, but sometimes I get a cramp in my hip socket on the other side, but sometimes it just hurts so bad. So I know that I always want to make sure that these sockets are open. And the only way to do that is to move them. Now you can do front and back and roll if you want. You can even do a circle if you want. All I really care about is that you open the hip socket and bring up the other one. I know some of you have trouble putting your leg over your knee. Do the best you can. If you need to bring it down lower, see if that works better for you. Even if you need to go to the side of the chair, so that you can actually have room and space to open that socket up. That's what we're really doing. So however you need to be on your chair, be there. If you need your leg low or high, or even if you can't do this, find a way that you can begin to feel the movement of your leg and your hip sockets joined together and opening up. 1 more. And then come on back and bring it down. Along that same line, we're going to take our windshield wipers. So go ahead and what I always say is bring your knees together and then walk your feet out as far as you can. Because what we're going to do is we're going to spread them wide, go on the sides of our feet and come back together. And this begins to open the socket too, not as well as the previous position, but this will work. There's more than one way to get somewhere every single time. So I'm trying to help us explore different options and then bring it back and bring it back to the center and come on back. Okay, so then let's take while we're here, let's be sure that we make sure that our legs are nice and open. So what I'd like us to do is to take our leg openers, which is a up, out, back, down, up, out, back, down. We're going to take a few more on this side. Take 2 more on this side. That's one, last one here. And let's move to the other side. So it's up, out, back, down. And as you can see, we're just starting to move the muscles and warm them up. And you shouldn't be feeling any pain or anything like that here. If you feel pain throughout this, please don't do things that hurt. We'll find other ways to make sure that you can move those muscles and those sockets and those joints. So that would be the one thing I would really request is if it hurts your body, don't do it. Because there's nothing worth hurting your body over. There are always other ways to reach the same goal. So please remember that and keep that in your heart and take care of yourself. Okay, now what I'd like us to do is, well, how about if we do the crossing of our feet? And now we're going to do, okay, we're going to take our hands up. We're going to do a forward fold over our legs with our torso on our laps. So deep breath in and fold over. And come down as far as you can and let your arms loose. And if you can put your head on your lap. Most of us won't reach that, but if you do, that's okay. It's great, actually. But if you don't, it's okay. Just relax and release and take some breaths. Take 2 more deep breaths. Be sure to tuck your chin. And when you're ready, come on back up and switch legs. And let's take the other side. So deep breath in, bring your hands all the way up and hinge at the hips. It's like it's not a bend, it's a fold. And there's a difference. And come on down and release. Take some breaths here and feel your back let go. One more breath. And come on back up. Now, because what I want to do next will take some talking, I'm going to go ahead and move us into it. Let's take a lunge before we get started. So the way to do a lunge on the chair, we're going to stay on the chair for this. We're going to take our leg. We're at the front of the chair. Take one leg, your front leg. Now you can actually take up most of the slack right here. You can sit on this chair. And then line your heels up. Well, here, I'm sorry. I was doing the wrong move. Line your heel, okay. Line your toe and your heel up. This is a forward facing motion. The lunge comes up and out. Now this is a pulling and a pushing. You're pushing with this leg, pulling with your hands. Take a deep breath here. And then raise yourself up into the crescent moon and breathe another 2 breaths. High crescent lunge, high crescent lunge, and then come on back down. Now, drop your back foot, turn to face the front. We're going to move into a warrior 2. Taking your heel. Okay, now a warrior 2 definitely works from the side of the chair. Okay. It's a forward facing position. The knee comes out, it's bent. I'm going to put mine even with my mat and run it parallel. The back foot comes back. It's on the floor. Keep your front leg bent. Your hips are pointed forward. Your heels are lined up. And if all of that feels solid to you, keeping your knee pushed away, raise your arms. And then look out over the arm that's over the bent leg and breathe. Warrior 2 position done from the chair. 2 more breaths. Drop your back arm, raise your front arm, come on back under. This is the reverse warrior. Keeping your legs straight, your other leg bent, your head is up under your arm and you're bent. Reverse warrior. And then Come on back down. This is the right angle. Come down, bend your elbow, place your forearm on your bent knee with your hand facing forward. Raise your arm straight up and look at your thumb and breathe. One more breath. And come on back down. And now let's take that sequence from the other side. So bring yourself around. This is like us, we're pointing in this direction. We're setting up for the lunge. So your foot comes basically even with your chair leg. Bring your other foot back, straighten it as much as you can. You're up on your toe. You come forward into a lunge. You're pushing with your back leg, you're reaching with your front hands, and you're stabilizing. Breathe 2 more breaths. And then bring your hands up into a crescent lunge. And bring your arms and your chest open. Your legs straight as it can be. And then when you're ready, bring your hands back down. Turn yourself to face the room. And let's move into our warrior 2 position. I'm letting the lunge take the place of the warrior 1 today. Same movement just about. So foot comes, your bent leg comes, and I'm making it even with my mat or your front leg chairs, bending it so that my ankle is in alignment with my knee and facing towards the front. Oops, almost forgot that part, didn't I? Nice stretch, drop your foot so that your foot is as flat as it can be and let your heels line up. All right, and when all that feels right, lift your arms and look out over the front leg that's bent and breathe. Warrior 2 from the chair position. Two more breaths here. Take your arm, the back arm comes down, the front arm comes up. Look under your arm. Do not collapse in any way. This is the reverse warrior. You're stopping what you were doing. It's an abrupt halt. Reverse warrior. Hands up, pointing, chin under your armpit. 2 more breaths. Bring your arms down and come back around. And what I'd like us to do is to stand up. And I want us to take, even though we just did those warriors and we used our legs a lot, what I want us to do is I want us to be sure that our hips are open. So let's take a few circles with our hips. Just go ahead and do the hula. Aloha, he, aloha. And then go the other way. I love moving my body. One more hip movement and come to the side. Come to the center. And let's take our hands and let's do a downward facing dog because it's a really great pose and we need to get it in. Take your hands, spread them out onto the chair. Line yourself up. Back up with your feet as flat as they can be until they can't be flat anymore. Scoot yourself back there. Put your head between your arms. Drop your shoulders and straighten your legs. Keep your feet hips width apart and breathe. Two more breaths. Last one, here we go. Now bring yourself, you're going to probably have to scooch just a little bit. Bring yourself up and over on your toes, up over your wrists. Bring your upper body over your wrists and take a plank. Keep your head forward and breathe. Take a few breaths here. Now bring yourself loosely back up, all the way up, and spread your feet. And let's take that wide-legged downward facing dog that I love so much. Hands are in the same position. Head comes down, even with your arms, your shoulders drop, and your hiney goes up, and your legs straighten. And we breathe a full body breath. And take 3 of them. Feel the breath all the way through your body. One more last breath. And drop your hands. And walk back. Take your hands out to your feet. And drop your head and relax for one moment here. Just release. If you're more comfortable holding your elbows, go ahead. Either way, let yourself release. It's okay to bend your knees here. This is a relaxation pose. And bring your hands back to your feet and gently, with a deep breath in, bring it up. With your head being the very last thing that hits the air. Ta-da! I don't know why I always want to say ta-da after I do the downward facing dogs, but maybe because it feels like an accomplishment. While we're here, it's almost really time for Shavasana, but I want us to do the awkward pose. Let's go ahead and bring our feet totally together with our knees as well. Stand up straight. Bend down like you're picking something up off the floor. Bring your hands up to your knees. Bring them to your waist and then up. Keeping your knees bent like you're sitting on a bench, but the top of you is visiting somebody very dear to you. So you're straight spined with a smile on your face. Take 2 deep breaths. And raise yourself all the way up with a slight back bend. And come on back down. Okay, now it is time for me to start us closing down for Shavasana, or opening up, however you'd like to call that. Find your happy spot where your body feels comfortable. Solidify it. I think we have time for just a couple of hand movements. Let's take our hands, bring them together, bring our pinkies together, and wrap it around to the back, bring it around, and bring your hands up. Bring them up one more time, all the way up. Big stretch, and then reverse the process and bring them down. And release them. And let's begin by taking a few goddess circles, because I can't settle down without them. It's one of my favorite poses, which means you're using your ribs. Your ribs are what is driving this posture. And it's to the side, to the front, to the side, and to the back. To the side, using your ribs now. To the front, to the side, and to the back. And let's go a little faster and take a few more. See if you can get a rhythm. And we'll take one more. And when you come all the way to the back, go the opposite direction. And so we're coming to the back, to the side, to the front, to the back. And just get the fluidity. That's what we're looking for here. We're looking for the bringing together of your top half and your bottom half and letting them flow. And then you can go sideways a couple of times and just feel yourself relax. And as you feel yourself relax, and you're finding yourself getting comfortable in your chair, whatever position works for you, gently close your eyes. And let's start at the top of our head. And let's take 5 deep breaths in and out, just so that we can feel the breath relaxing us and integrating us. So there's no big rhyme or reason for numbers. Whatever helps you feel the most comfortable when you can reach that point of letting go and breathing like yourself again. And start at the top of your head and gently do a body check. Let yourself, your real self, who you really are inside, be on this journey with us. And let it start at the top in your head, moving down through your face, moving down through your ears, all the way down to your neck. Just gently move your neck a little side to side, just to know where your energy is. Take another deep breath and bring your energy even further. Release it into your shoulders, and your arms, and your hands, and your chest, and your torso. It's done a lot of work today. And down to your hips, and down through your legs and into your feet. It's just a quick scan. Do you find things locked in energetic binds anywhere in your body? If you do, just breathe into it and see if you can't relax it. And then let go. And I'm going to let there be silence here until it's time for us to come back. And I'll let you know when that is. So trust yourself to go as deeply as you want, to replenish yourself on every level through knowing your strength, your courage, your movement, your being. Know that you are strong and capable. And I'll be quiet. And now take a deeper breath and start coming back, finding yourself coming back, not back, finding yourself with yourself, completely as yourself. Come back as you, keeping in mind how totally awesome it is to know the strength of your being and integrate it together so that you have more clarity in your life. You have more choices. And let's begin by slowly moving our body again just knowing that we're in there, however it feels good to you. I like stretching. Oh, I still hear a little crickety back there. So I like moving and I like twisting. And you can do whatever you like. If it feels good to raise your knee, do that. Don't forget to do both of them though. Always balance your body out. And then come on back and let's take 2 deep breaths and let all the air out. And on the 3rd inhale, as we exhale, let's chant the sound of Om together. Begin, please. One more deep breath in and out. And now for the sound of Om. Bring your hands together in the prayer position, gently bowing our head to acknowledge and recognize the one true teacher inside of each of us that guides and directs our daily lives. May you be intimate with that teacher and listen closely and clearly, and may your life be happy and wholesome and joyful. The God in me sees and honors the God in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye for now.